gamers, gals, and my non-binary pals. Who loves a little drama? I sure love drama. You guys like drama? I sure love drama. And today's drama is brought to you by everyone's dog shit favorite company. That's right, Konami Entertainment. Just kidding. Konami, I sent to my ban appeal. Please look at it. It's been like 5 days. Please unban me. The 25th anniversary Megatons dropped, and we got the full set leaks. And you may notice that, there are a lot of QCRs and a lot of secret rares, like a lot of secret rares. You know, some of these secret rares and QCRs are pretty cool. They're supposed to be like this legacy of the game and very, you know, important cards throughout like all of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Like, you know, like there's Blue Eyes, sure. There's like Exodia pieces, sure. But then there's like Scapegoat, Ruby Carbuncle, Ido the Magical Supreme Force, Shark Drake. Yo, chat, who up playing with their Drakes right now? Certified Trap Tricks players, am I right? Like, there are a lot of QCRs in this set that just didn't make a lot of sense. And when you look at the secret rares, they're not exactly much better. There's a lot of random garbage. One thing I will say, I do love how we are finally getting alt arts. Got the DMG alt art, got the tuning alt art, got the Slifer Rengeki, got the Cyber and Dragon limiter removal, got the Duster Harpy, got Mechaba, got the Invoker. We got a lot of cool stuff, as well as some like, you know, pretty cool reprints, stuff like Gravekeeper's Inscription, stuff like Hashira Rise Heart. We got like Thrust, Big Welcome, you know, very cool cards. Chaos Angel, massive one. We also got some stuff that arguably never needed reprints, stuff like the Ice Jade Arcanine and Gazelle and Berphomet. Like, these are high rarity upgrades. Sure. For like meta decks, high rarity upgrades are pretty pog, but not when they're being diluted with stuff like that, like the Ausa Charmer or Gold Pride Leon or Wannabe. We also have like Junk Warrior. Like, why is this here? Like, there definitely are a lot of low quality reprints. And when you remember that each pack will have like 1 or 2 secret rares, the odds of you pulling something like relevant out of these slots like goes down significantly. Like, when you look at the QCR list, like maybe there's like Anima, Torrential Tribute, Blue Eyes, QCR Ubel. It's like kind of it, actually. There's like not a lot of relevant stuff. Like the first move in solo, I don't fucking know. 1 secret, 1 QCR per. Wow, it's even worse. Like, when you consider like maybe they're like 5 to 10 pulls out of like a 1, 2, 3, 4 out of a 50. That's a 1 in 5 chance of you pulling something good. And this doesn't mean like good price wise. This means like good as in like a card you can play in like a relevant deck. Like Pankatops and Gazelle are cool, but unfortunately these aren't really relevant cards in main or sideboards. And things get even worse with the secret rares, because guess what? There are a lot of dog shit cards to pull from. Like, we got the Black Luster Soldier guy, Terahertz. Awesome. Like what are we supposed to do with fucking like Makonkos or Jarek, or is that Xeno Mediotis? I don't fucking know, bro. You catch me playing a dinosaur card in 2024? Put me down. That ain't me. But yeah, Konami deciding to reprint this many cards in high rarity slots, it's very difficult to ask people to buy this as a sealed product. Just because as a result, when people try and buy a sealed product, they're trying to pull with the best odds. The best example I could give for a set with amazing secret rare odds is like Age of Overlord. Agov was one of like the best sets if you were just trying to like rebuy or resell or anything like that. Like, this set was so fucking good that it actually caused like Agov boxes to be like permanently sold out, and like on TCG they're like $150. They still are. But when you look at like the secret rare pool, you got like SP, the Abel Star, Imseti, Wanted, and like even though like not all of these were like perfect bangers, you still had a bunch of like very solid hits, like Typhon, you had Arius, you had King Sark, you had like OSS, you had Flamberge, which shot up in price after that whole thing. Like, this set is like amazing in terms of like extremely expensive stuff, you know what I mean? Like, was it good for the player base as a whole in terms of like gameplay and power level and secondhand marketing? You know, that should tell you everything that you need to know. But let's just say that these tin rarities were very much not well received. Okay, I lied about shutting up about these tins. This set is so ass. People are obligated to glaze it during their openings and are struggling to show any emotions even when they pull something good. I think it's very funny how Konami sends like box break openings for their creators, but so many of the box breaks are just depressing because we get the set leaks for what's gonna be in the set like months in advance, just because the OCG gets products like months before we do, so we have like a relative idea of what's probably gonna be in the set. The only thing that players have to look forward to is like, maybe this will be a QCR, maybe this is a secret rare, maybe this is a common. So it just leads to this very weird dynamic where people are not very interested in like current sets or upcoming sets or new sets, just because we already kind of know what the next 3 to 4 months of Yu-Gi-Oh kind of look like based on OCG stuff, which is very, you know, it's not great. Yeah, the QCR taking a secret slot, so you only have 1 secret per pack on top of the 99 secrets is really dumb. Not to mention nothing is technically short printed, but they overprinted a few cards. So they just, it's not short printing. We just artificially inflated everything else. Trust me guys, it's very pog. I actually want to see what like a box opening looks like.
Let's put this stuff aside. Pack number 1. This is going to be a little bit faster than our usual ones because it's just 3 packs that we're going through. It is, but we're opening 2 tins here. See?
Oh, wow.
So I pulled a QCR. Yeah, I did. So let's get a quick zoom in so it's a little closer. There we go. So gigantic Thundercross.
Very relevant card.
Sorry of the Silver Wing Axe.
Very relevant card.
Realm Resonance.
Meta staple.
Vanguard of the Underground Emperor.
This card is actually goated, by the way.
Are these new cards? I've never seen these before.
When a person who opens your product for a living has to be like, are these cards that are only reprints new? That's where you know you've kind of hit a design blow. It's kind of like Magic the Gathering where they had, and still arguably do have, this issue where they print so much product over a period of time. Like the easiest example I could give is like the Assassin's Creed stuff being lined up immediately with like Bloomburrow and Duskmourn and like Modern Horizons, that it really did felt like the past 3 months of Magic the Gathering were just so fast that you had no time to appreciate anything. Because like 2 weeks after Modern Horizons 3 dropped, we had the Assassin's Creed stuff, and then like 2 weeks after that we have Bloomburrow, which is what everyone cared about, and now we're like already moved on, like not even a month later, maybe a month later, to Duskmourn, and Duskmourn isn't even out, and like fortunately Magic hasn't dropped like anything to like take the hype away from Duskmourn, but it really was kind of sad to see Bloomburrow be kind of pushed to the side so fast already.
Yeah. Here it is. Soul of the Supreme King. Nice. Ice Jade ran Agarine.
Oh! Wow! Blue eyes!
That's your first quarter century?
I told you, I'm Kaiba.
Oh,
I'm Kaiba.
He looks so happy in like wow, I pulled the card that I could sell window. He looks so happy in the sense where like, I don't have to spend $80 for this when the Blue Eye support drops, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, what are these cards? Like, so many of these cards just did not need to be reprinted. We did not need to see, you know, like the Cuck card. Why is it called that? Like, it's like the Canary Cuck Coos or some shit like that. Like, we had like Greed Jar. We had so many useless cards just printed that did not need reprints or like already commons. Like, why didn't we just see way more of the set just sort of like cut down, condensed into like actually good cards, so that the product that you buy actually is meaningful and not just like, oh, here's just like a bunch of random garbage ultra rares, here's a bunch of random garbage super rares and secret rares and blah 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 blah. All I had to do was cut the set by 50 to 100 and downgrade a bunch of good cards so they're cheaper. I don't even think they needed to like downgrade cards. I think that if they wanted to give cards like max, like high rarity printings, you definitely could do so, but definitely not every card here needed to have like a high rarity reprint or like was necessarily like, you know, useful to the overall game plan. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't need a high rarity outset. We didn't need a high rarity favorite contact. Like maybe the Shining Wingman, sure. We didn't need like a high rarity photon or like a Galaxy or an Ice Jade Or another fucking Ice Jade. How many Ice Jade cards got fucking printed in this set? God damn. Like, we don't need high rarity Charmer stuff. Nightmare Magician is like a $2 secret rare that nobody cares about. Like, why did this get a reprint in secret rare at the same exact rarity? We didn't need like a high rarity Wannabe. Didn't need like a high rarity Sargus. That already is a secret rare and it's like $2. Like, stuff that already had a printing in one rarity didn't need a reprint of the same rarity. Seeing a Rebel Synchron, which was only printed as a secret rare, being reprinted as another secret rare is just like, what's the point? Like, why are we doing this? Like, you might as well have just like printed the same card, as well as just a bunch of other random irrelevant cards getting like rarity bumps. Like, it dilutes the pack opening experience. I've only heard one person pull SP so far, and that was from 2 cases. Yep, gotta keep on keeping on. Like, genuinely, honestly, would they have lost money by having the set list and printing the tokens, alt arts, and QCRs as variant promos? Surely there was a better way. I'll tell you what I was gonna do, the thing where I buy a few and make a sealed deck just for the content, but I saw the openings today and immediately lost the motivation. I mean, like, yeah, what's the point? I mean, like, literally, what is the point of opening this set just to pull like absolute garbage? The only people who would even want to open this set in general are like, you know, stores that are obligated to, like Tier 0 games or like Area 0 or whatever. But then that kind of brings in the dilemma of how many sets / cases, how many cases of this dog shit set are they willing to buy, and like how much return can they really even get on this? Because like Dia Bellstar is never going to be above $50, and spending like $180 for a Megaton case just to pull like maybe a $20 secret rare, maybe one every other tin. Like, spoiler alert, you're not getting massive return on investment on that. If I get a token instead of thrust, I'm gonna keep myself safe. Jesus Christ. Fun fact, when I was in Japan, I got these. I got the Taya Gardner token, the QCR, and I got the Alexis Cyber Angel one. These are pretty cool. If these were like promos, similar to like the old Megatons, how like we had the Biru and the Raigeki and the Monster Reborn and whatever, I think that would be, you know, like a really good way of doing the tins. But we know for a fact that Konami basically retired that model like way, way, way long ago. By the way, oh, magic! How did he do that? He stole that credit card like no fucking bank. Did all the Megatons have promos and this is the first where they stopped it? It's kind of been like iffy into whether or not they were good or they were not, or like which ones are like kind of real and which ones are kind of like fake, you know what I mean? Like a lot of them were like just kind of irrelevant, you know what I mean? Like, ooh, I can't wait to pull up shitty QCR Stardust Dragon or Black Rose, which is like $7. Like, we sure did it. No, it skipped a couple years. Yeah, that's kind of what I think happened. Like, we only started getting them again in like the 25th century ones. That might just be me. I might just be dumb. Did you already watch the tin opening that had a bunch of dupes and an upside down ultra rare? Send that to me. Post it. Oh my god.
Synchro World, Hydrolander Orbiter, and upside.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that print quality. Look at that quality control, gamers. This is what small indie company Konami. I genuinely love how every video someone opening a tin is the perfect anti-ad for these tins. It's even funnier when it's a Konami sponsored video. It's like one of the big issues that people had with not only this format but with like this period of Yu-Gi-Oh history is the fact that sealed product is just so bad to buy, because either your set is so top heavy, like with Age of Overlord, and you know, stores will buy it en masse and players have to like pay an arm and a leg just to get like a Snake Eye Dia Bellstar core. Like, remember when like Dia Bellstar was like $60, Wanteds were like 140, Bonfires were 100, like that sort of period of time, because there's nothing worth pulling. But when you look at reprint sets like these, where so much of the set is just like completely just filler garbage and there's nothing worth pulling, it really does kind of bring into the question of like how much further abuse are like players gonna take in terms of like how long are they going to be able to tolerate extremely weak product lines. They either punish OTS stores for buying product and having to open tons and tons and tons of sealed garbage, or punish players by giving stores something extremely top heavy that a lot of players just kind of have to naturally fish for. Like, pulling an SP Little Knight or a Wanted or a Dia Bellstar is going to pay for the box or a box and more, but leads to these extremely expensive formats because these cards are so pushed and these cards are extremely expensive and extremely high rarity slots, and it's just this very frustrating like push and pull Wait a minute. Oh, this tin is so bad, but I still want to support my OTS. I'll probably buy at least one tin. If you want to support your OTS, just like rather like donate money at that point, or be like, hey, do you guys have like sleeves I could buy? My local OTS, I'm not allowed to play there, obviously, yet, until Konami unbans me, but my local OTS, I just buy during non-OTS hours. Konami, please unban me. I sent in my appeal. I will literally just be like, hey, like blah, 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 blah. Can I just buy boxes of sleeves? Can I just like buy cases of sleeves directly from you guys? And like, sure. And this is where I get like a ton of my dragon shields from. It's where I get a ton of my like, some of my art sleeves, stuff like that. Cause like, why would I want to buy sealed product? When sealed product has looked like this for like the past 6 to 8 months. I should get sleeves instead. That's a better use of my money. Get the dragon shield matte over sleeves. Those things are so baller. Dragon shield, please sponsor me, by the way. Please. The last 5 picks are full of pack filler for like 4 extensions that no one cared about when they came out, and they want us to be hyped about it and buy that shit. More than half the tin can be cut, but it was necessary to have a card pool of over 400 cards. The milking goes hard at Konami. I've done the math, and for you to pull a playset of a card in the secret rare slot, you would need to buy 8 cases. The fact that you would need to buy like 8 cases of anything just to get a master set of like all the high rarity stuff is like, why? You could have just bought the singles. Singles are probably like a quarter of that price. The commons in the set are so bad. Legit 97 out of 100 commons are already commons before. Yeah, like that's something I want to talk about again, where just so many of these cards are just cards that we already had massive access to in low rarity that did not need high rarity upgrades or just feel completely wasted. Like, let's be real. What the fuck is Mighty Dino King Rex? Why do we need an Urs Arctic reprint? What is Daidara Bochi really doing? Like, this is supposed to be a Megaton, where it's supposed to like encapsulate the past year of Yu-Gi-Oh into like the most relevant and powerful and like important cards that needed reprints or were out of players like bank accounts accessibly, or you know, we can give like high rarity reprints to, you know, having like a high rarity Happy or Quebesenef or like the illusion monsters and like Tau and Sword Knight. That sort of stuff makes sense to have high rarity reprints because these cards were originally, you know, they're low rarity, we need them in high rarity just because these cards were actually like meta relevant, blah 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 blah. That makes sense. But do we really need a high rarity super heavy samurai security or Ash Tartu? That's borderline a slur, Konami. Could you have not called it something else? Or like a high rarity Rose Papal? Like, these are cards that like these are cards that most players just completely forgot about existing. Like, why couldn't Labyrinth Heavy Tank and Shadow Ghoul of the Labyrinth just be completely replaced with like, you know, ultra rare SP or ultra rare like or like ultra rare Bonfire? We didn't need like super high rarity versions of these cards that just mean nothing. Wow, I'm so glad we got the Red Arrows reprint. That chest. Sweet Roommate. It's just a very frustrating experience to see that Konami just hasn't learned in any capacity in regards to like why the game is kind of starting to have a massive tank in player satisfaction. It's not like a metagame problem. It's not just a like card problem. It's not just a price problem. It's all of these issues that are just combining into one. And I think these Megatons are just like it's almost like the perfect encapsulation of like why players hate this game. You could see like in the QCR slots, you can see like all the cards that people actually want are like rarity locked behind massive paywalls and just this completely diluted pull pool, where maybe like 1 out of 10 will get you one good card that you may actually need, like Rollback or Bonfire or Centurion cards. And there's like 90% of it just like filler garbage, and the rest of the set, which could have been dedicated to those slots, is like Forge a New Future, Battle Royale mode joining. Holy shit, Fortnite, baby. They just don't care, I think. It's like that Leah Asimov tweet. This is making me double down on the conspiracy that are cutting support for the game, or at least staff, just to kill it as fast as humanly possible. You know what I mean? It's like, it really does feel like Konami's doing their best to just take one tiny step forward and take a fucking running leap backwards in terms of like how they treat their players and how they communicate with us and like this whole thing. Because I remember when everyone was like, OMG, Konami's gonna drop like ban list dates, and then immediately after the ban list dropped, they immediately hit us with the few more months special. Like, what's the point? Why do I try? Why even bother? But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Megatons. Kind of condensed, not really a whole lot to say that other people haven't really said. Just very disappointing. Konami scamming us again. By the way, no chicken game reprint. So many cards got like unlimited. Why did those get Megaton treatment? What was the point? Could have had chicken game. Got like Time Seal. That would have been cool, but no, Konami hates us. Let me know what you guys think of the Megatins in the comment section down below. Let me know how you think Konami like killed your family by not reprinting like Alpha Master of Beasts in this one. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Goodbye forever.